Hey everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here to do March layout share. Let's see, it is the 20th, so I'm doing this early. I'm being induced with baby girl on Saturday, so that would be the 25th, and I'm just trying to wrap things up, so I have a couple things. So the only thing that you're really missing from this stack is my lift and sketch that I do with Rachel. It's due on the 25th. Hopefully it gets posted on time. But I'm just going to add it into my April shares. I'm sure you don't mind. So, and I do plan on being done with scrapbooking for a little bit. I'm going to clean my scrap space this week and just get ready, ready for the baby. So I am kind of calling it not quits, but you know what, I'm giving myself the break. Sean's gonna be off with me for 2 weeks after she's born, so there really isn't gonna be a lot of content on my channel, so just be aware. I'm here. I'll make sure to post some sort of a video or a picture or something of her so you know that all is well. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to share with you my layouts. So this is the layout I created for, I was working on the Paper Issues crop, and I started this layout, had to go to the hospital last weekend, and I finally got it done, and I don't even know what challenge it's for. That's how like just exhausted I am from everything. But I really love the way it turned out. So I titled it, I Blinked and You Turned 3. And I really love this. I really do. I haven't added my journaling yet. I think what I'm going to do is add a little bit here and here. I really like to think about what I'm going to say about these ones before I do my journaling. So I'm still kind of hemming and hawing about what exactly it is I'm going to write about it. But there's this one, and I'm so excited to finally have this done and being able to add this into his album. And then I have this one for Scrap Liftable. Scrap lifted from Missy Whitten. She had done a fun layout for Hip Kit Club that had a bunch of triangles, and I meant to scrap lift it a little bit more than it turned out, but I'm still really excited with the way that turned out. This one's also missing the journaling. It'll probably go around here. I just haven't quite gotten there. My brain is not in a journaling type of frame right now, so that's just not happening. I did border it. I did a half border here with the red. I love to do that. I finally used this little strip of border strip that I've had for a long time, and I've titled this Living on the Red Cup and Fancy Nails. So Starbucks and my nails, just thought it was fitting. I think this will probably go into my Book of Me album, because the journaling will talk about my point of view about the holidays for 2015, so I think that's where this one's gonna go. Here is the last episode of Obsessed, and we were using Dear Lizzie Saturday collection. As you can see, it's kind of the same color scheme there with the green and the red. I used the same colors. That's what actually inspired me to do that other layout, but I also added in some blue. And again, a few triangles, and I had used my stencils. But just the photo of Jackson Christmas morning and his 3 top gifts that he got, who was with him. So obviously Sean and myself and Jackson, and what we were doing, which was opening gifts. And it just a little tiny bit. I did have what we had for breakfast, but I got covered up by the little arrow I used. And I really love the way this turned out. It's kind of a very non-traditional Christmas layout, obviously, but you can still tell that it's Christmas. Even if I didn't write Christmas morning, you'd still be able to tell. So I like that. I was really pleased with the way this turned out. I believe the pattern papers we were supposed to use for this collection, for this round, was the black, this red, the green right here, and oh dear, that might have been it. Maybe there's just 3, or I completely forgot to use one. But there is my process video for this if you want to check this out. So it's there, and there's that one. Oh, I love this layout. This layout makes me so happy. This is for Spiegel Mom Scraps, and I was highlighting the beautiful felt snowflakes and the sequence. I love these. I love the way this turned out. And I called it Snowmageddon. We had a crazy snowstorm in February, and Jackson has always been kind of not into the snow, but we finally got him into it. We finally had this huge snowstorm and he was all for it. And he outlasted me with how long he wanted to play outside. So he had a great time. I kind of just found inspiration on Pinterest of someone who had done a snowflake with random papers, and I just took that on, did it myself, looked at it once. It's one of those things where you kind of look at it once and then you just create it yourself, and that's what I did. And then highlighted it with all of that, put the month there, the dates there too, my title, my journaling. Because the snowflake is so busy all on its own, obviously there's not a ton of, oh my, I've gotten this stuck. There's not a ton of embellishment because it would distract. And my photos, what I like about it is these would have been really hard photos to scrap in any other way because his jacket is so bright. So I really love the combination of the photos pop off the page, your eye goes right to them, but you can still see the other elements. And I did a half border again. It's kind of my thing. I've been doing it a lot lately. Here is one that is very meaningful to me. This is one where when they tell you that you start a layout with the story, this is so one of those layouts for me. It's talking about how an early sign, a warning sign for little, because my little guy's only 3, but a very, very early warning sign for possibility of being on the autism spectrum is a lack of eye contact. It's not always the case. Sometimes, like in my case, I just have horrible eye contact, but it is a very early warning sign. And so it's something we're working on with him, just to help, because the earlier you start certain things, the better and easier life can be as he gets older. So we have been starting when taking photos to have him look at the camera and have him do the correct eye contact for that. And I really wanted to document this because this was one day, if you look back at my 2016 albums, very rarely is Jackson actually looking at the camera. And so we've slowly been working at it. And this was a day where I took 10 photos of us together, and 3 out of those 10, he looked in the camera and he even smiled. And it's a big deal because he's not one to do it. He looks at it for a minute and then looks away really, really fast. But this one, he waited and stopped and looked. So it was really great. And I picked up a title that I found on Pinterest called Eyes Have Their Own Vocabulary. What a beautiful language to learn. I thought that was really fitting. I don't know. I love this layout. So all about the story, and then highlighted a little bit with some scraps that I used. I did use up some Maggie Home Shine collection. And I really love the way this turned out. And a bonus, I use green. And you know how hard it is for me to scrap up with green. And now onto this one. I love this layout as well. This one says a new adventure awaits, and it is talking about finding out that this lovely baby who is kicking me like crazy right now is a girl. So this is going to go in her album, I think, and I love it. I haven't added my journaling yet, but I'm just so happy with the way this turned out. And I used some more of the Shine collection. I'm so close to being done with that 6x6 pad, so I've kind of been challenging myself to get it used up so I can get rid of it. It's one of those things, you know, you're so close to using something up, you just want to be done with it. And then if you had watched my thought process or it was a very long video, I think it was like a 45-minute video about how I start the foundation of a page. I had started this layout and then I ended up doing something different. So I brought back the page that I had started and finished it off with that. And I do believe that this is for the Lift and Sketch it was the scrap lift version of this month's, I believe. There's a process video for it though, so you can check it out if you'd like. So there's that. And here, I love this layout too. I did some hands of back stitching in black and white. And then 3 photos here, just some random embellishments. And it's just talking, I'm trying to complete 2014. I've said that quite a few times. So this is just another one to add into that album. Getting closer and closer to being finished. I can do an album share with that very soon. And so just cute photo of my little guy. It's me and my little guy, and then the beautiful summer day we had. Talked about how we loved our summer walks and used the year. So pretty simple, but I really like it. I got a flamingo on the page. That was really exciting. So there's that. And finally, I have this layout for, this is for one of my Single Mom Scraps episodes, Trendy Tuesday. And I highlighted this beautiful piece of chipboard and then all of these beautiful sequins. And this is a re-scrap of a layout I had done. I just used my photos into a square instead of what they were. Recut my journaling that I had. And date stamped. Just did a few little embellishments because of the fact that this was so on its own. It didn't need a whole lot. I did add a bunch of sequins down here too that are kind of hard to see, but they're there. And I really love the way this turned out. It was fun to highlight the chipboard and the sequins as well. And it was also using a scrap lift from Maggie Holmes that I had found on Pinterest. And you can see this on the Single Mom Scraps YouTube under Trendy Tuesday. So there you have it. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 layouts. Technically there will be 9, but that's pretty good for not feeling so good and being in the last few weeks of this pregnancy. So thanks everyone so much for watching. I'll be back in April, and I hope everyone has a great rest of their month. Bye!